What's up guys, Match the Gamer here with a theory, which is a rarity on this channel. I usually don't cover or do theories, as I like to have somewhat of solid evidence to back what I am saying. Or at the very least, I like to be able to say, that makes sense. I want it to not sound too much like headcanon. I also often don't want to feel like I'm trying to say this or that is a plot hole and try to fill it in with whatever I think is right or correct. So this one I'm about to cover uses some evidence, a little headcanon, and kind of makes sense to me. So the theory is this: Goten and Trunks don't really seem to age during the course of Z, excluding End of Z, we will get there, and obviously Super. Some might argue that they even look younger looking in Super, but let's just put that down to a change in art style and different artists working on it. So what if Goten and Trunks have the good or bad fortune of having the Saiyan benefit of looking younger for longer? Well, firstly, let's look into some info. So, as we know for sure, at least one Saiyan trait is a recessive trait according to Toriyama. That trait being the tails. According to an interview conducted in Shonen Jump magazine for the US back in January of 2003, Toriyama was asked the following question, quote, "Why don't Goten and Trunks have tails?" To which Toriyama responds with, quote, "It seems that the tails are a recessive genetic trait." So, with that said, it's possible other Saiyan traits are recessive, such as the slower aging. So, what do we know about the slower aging of Saiyans? Well, Vegeta, at the end of Z in the manga, said, quote, "We Saiyans live in battle, so we remain in our prime for longer." Not much to go on there. However, Toriyama yet again gives us a slightly better answer in an interview conducted in the Dragon Ball Super Exciting Guide character volume. Toriyama is asked the following, quote, "Do Saiyans stay young forever?" To which Toriyama responds with, quote, "Saiyans are a warrior race, so their aging slows once they reach an age suitable for fighting, and they maintain great strength for a long time. However, their lifespan is not much different from Earthlings. When they reach a certain age, they rapidly grow frail." So, that's all we know presently about the aging process of a full-blooded Saiyan. Let's look at Goku, the Saiyan we have seen this happen to at least the early stages of. He more or less looked the same during the course of Dragon Ball as a child, only showing real aging when he returned from training with Kami. Now, we did not see what happened during 3 years of training with Kami, but Goku looks like a kid still at 16 when he goes to train with Kami. Seems really similar to what we're presently seeing with Goten and Trunks. So, the Broly film, we know the current year in Dragon Ball is age 780, which puts Goten and Trunks, assuming both their birthdays have passed, at the age of 13 for Goten and age of 14 for Trunks. Bear in mind, Into Z is when we see them as older, happens in age 784. So, at that point, Goten was age 17 and Trunks be age 18. So perhaps at that age of 17, Saiyans grow like Goku suddenly looked after returning from training with Kami. So it's possible that the slow aging Saiyans is also a recessive trait in half Saiyans, where some, like Gohan, don't get it, but Goten and Trunks do. I mean, we did see, after all, that Gohan got the Saiyan tail, but unfortunately, Goten and Trunks didn't get it, so it's likely that it's possible other Saiyan genes are also recessive. But, who knows? We don't know what traits are, in fact, recessive and others aren't. Only one we know for sure is the tails. However, this is just the theory that I have provided with what info I could find. The only problem with this theory, of course, I'm sure many of you are quick to point out, is the fact that future Trunks looked older during the time he was training with Gohan, which happens before age 780 in the present timeline. So this is where things get a little headcanon for me personally, but perhaps maybe future Trunks time traveling changed that. I can't prove that really beyond changes clearly happened from him doing it, but nothing was ever stated or shown to change someone in that way. It could also be a plot hole on some level, but they acknowledge in Super future Trunks looked like that at that point, so it does not seem like a plot hole to me. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think I am spot on or way off? Perhaps I missed something. Comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Make sure to also check out my official Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch pages linked down below. Peace, guys. Dragon Ball Z/Kai, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. I do not claim to own any of these. The video and any images that appear were used under fair use.